The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, good evening, people. How are we all? Nice to see people here already. My name's Steve Greenhouse from BCM Marketing. It's 8 o'clock in the evening, EST, and remarkably, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, British summertime. So I hope you all appreciate me getting up in the middle of the night to come and talk to you. I'm sure we'll have some fun. We're going to be talking about Code Control, which is a little bit of software that I've developed to help run our Amazon business and to get reviews. So I'll just go to screen share. We'll let a few more people join. We are going to start bang on time. I can see people in the room already. If you could just pop in the box whether or not you can hear me, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. And they'll probably hear me slurping my coffee as well. Sorry about that. Excellent, good. Okay, that's fabulous, thank you. Hello, Jeroen, how are you? Nice to see you here. I'm going to start with the screen share, so if you can tell me if you can see the screen as well, that'd be great, thank you. I don't want to keep you hanging around tonight, guys. I appreciate the fact that you've turned up. I really, truly appreciate the time that you're giving. I hope that we'll be able to give some value. I'm sure we will. And the people are really starting to flood in now. You will have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm running this on my own. So if I'm a bit slow running the box, and I'm glad people can see the screen as well, that's fabulous. If I'm a bit slow running the box, then just bear with me. On Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, I was on my own running it single-handed, and humper thump, the box just went round like a Catherine wheel. It was incredible. I couldn't keep up. So what I would say, if you've got any questions, that's great, but I may not answer them straight away. What I will do is just stop periodically, just check the box, make sure that A, people can hear me and that I've not stopped yabbering at you, and B, any questions, I'll jump back. So I hope that's okay with you all. We can see the webinar, yeah, so we can all see, we can all hear. So we're at 3 minutes and people are still chucking in. So just give it 1 more minute and then we'll kick off. I hope you're all well and that you've had a busy and productive week. It's Thursday, so we're over the hump, which is great. And right, okay, well, let's not hang about any longer. I've pressed record. Have I pressed record? I'm sure I pressed record. Yes, I pressed record. Okay, we can all hear, we can all see, so let's kick off. We're talking about Code Control. So, introducing Code Control. It's built by Amazon sellers for Amazon sellers, as the screen says. And before we go charging off and discover what Code Control is all about, just let me take a couple of minutes just to introduce myself so you know who it is that is yabbering at you. My name's Steve Greenhouse. I came onto the internet in May 2012 and I went full-time in November 2014. Quite mature. I'm not one of these young whiz kids. Former truck driver, multiple business owner, used to be an Amway distributor. Happily married. I've got 4 wonderful children. A permanently amazed wife, and we do have fun and we do enjoy ourselves. And after the financial crash, I needed to do something to give us a residual income for our retirement. We had made pension provision, but that went south, so we were sitting looking at a pretty poor retirement. So I came online thinking that I could just turn my computer on and money would pour out. and it took me about 18 months to realise that that wasn't the case. But I'm nothing if not persistent. In those early years, I was working on my own, but fairly early on, I teamed up with a lady called Anna Davidson Thor, and between us, we have formed a fairly formidable team. We bring complementary skills to the business, and we formalised this relationship in 2013, beginning of 2014. And Anna has incredible skills in terms of she's a phenomenal Facebook marketer. She's incredibly driven. She was a former sales director for Pfizer UK. And she is one tough cookie. In fact, realistically, she's the knuckle duster and I'm the velvet glove. Let's put it that way. I'm the touchy-feely, understanding one, and Anna just calls a spade, and if you don't agree, she hits you with it. So we formed BCM Marketing Limited, and between us, we've come to the internet and we've started many businesses. We've got several streams of income now. We've got an information business, but we also have a fulfillment by Amazon business, an Amazon FBA business, and we have our own private label products. We've now got 5 products live, going for number 6. And there's one thing that Anna and I do well, without getting too prosaic with our language. We make mistakes. We learn from our mistakes, but boy, do we make some mistakes. And just to make sure we have learned, we'll make mistakes again and again, just to confirm that we actually have learned. So why code control? Well, me and Anna made mistakes. And if we understand that as sellers within Amazon, it's to our advantage to have reviews, okay? Reviews help with ranking. They're an essential part of getting our products to show in searches for customers to see them, obviously. And the better and the more quality reviews that you have, the quicker and easier you will show up in those searches. Excuse me. So in a nutshell, reviews equal sales. And as sellers, we were trained, we came in through the Amazing Selling Machine. We were trained to give our products away to people in exchange for their honest review. And there's 2 very important words in that sentence: exchange and honest. You can't buy reviews, and there's people get confused with the role of review groups in terms of buying reviews, and this webinar has got nothing to do with review groups. We're talking about code control. There's a lot of review groups out there. Most of them are scrupulous, honest and trustworthy, and some are not so, as it is with life, so it is with review groups. But like this little slide says, this webinar is not about this aspect of the review process, and code control does not provide reviewers. I'm in quite close touch with several top review groups, and code control will help you and them in getting your codes out safely. Now, some of the review groups, there's 2 in particular that I will always refer you to. Bridget Williams group, it's top quality reviewer group, and there's a group run by Akimi Fisher. Akimi runs Sway as well, and these guys have some phenomenal reviewers in these groups. However, those review groups, the 2 that I've just mentioned, as with Thomason, they were set up to put product owners in touch with blog reviewers. They weren't necessarily built to put people in touch with Amazon reviewers. And there's a big difference. And blog reviewers have a massive role to play in your business. If you're looking for long-term sustainability, having quality blog reviews out there on blogs that are receiving some substantial traffic will help your business far more than 25 cheap, horrible, nasty little copy and paste Amazon reviews got through Thomason. And I'm mentioning Thomason a lot because that's where we were recommended to go. You need to understand our perspective as UK FBA sellers. We were running this business. It's like driving a car with no steering wheel. We couldn't touch the business. The business was happening in the States. The guys at Rapid Crush were saying, whatever you've got to do, give your product away, find some way of doing it. We didn't have friends and family to send product to say, look, here's this, you can have it for nothing. And we couldn't fulfill manually. So we went through several product launches where we were desperate to try and find. In fact, our first product, I think we managed to achieve 4 reviews in as many months. And it was really slickish and slow. We just didn't get the review process. We were trying to get the product shipped to the UK. And like I say, we're not the quickest of learners, and we do make several mistakes over and over again just to confirm that we really got it wrong in the first place. We did learn the hard way. We shared a multiple use code, and obviously that was shared, and we lost a lot of stock. We lost an awful lot of stock. So then we distributed, rather than saying to Thomason, hi guys, here's the code, and sharing it in that first email that goes out saying that we'd authorised them here, grab a code and tick yes to shipping. We then asked people to email us and we distributed those codes manually, but we were still distributing multiple use codes. We learned how to protect our stock, and using Gmail, copy and pasting codes, we sent out standard replies. And guess what? Yeah, we still lost a lot of stock and we still lost a lot of our time. As internet marketers, we understood autoresponders, but it's very difficult to get an autoresponder to send out 200 plus follow-ups, each with a slightly different message. The point about autoresponders is they send out duplicate content repetitively. So you want to run a promotion. You want to get your product ranked. You want to get reviews. You must protect your stock. How do you distribute your codes? Now, Amazon will give you a text file of unique user codes. Does that mean endless hours of emails? Well, it used to. But as I was the one, because Anna said I'm not doing that, as I was the one that was sitting here with my tongue hanging out, sending out 200 emails, I thought there's got to be a better way, so I came up with code control. Now, let's just have a quick understanding of Amazon's rules. Some people say, oh, you're not allowed to do this, it's breaking the rules. Amazon are completely upfront, and they are aware, and they endorse. They wouldn't promote, they wouldn't help you produce the codes if it wasn't within their terms of service to exchange product for reviews. They completely get that. Now, there is a way of protecting your stock by doing, in effect, a false order and precluding stock so that you're reserving stock. We did that for 2 launches, and then we got a very firm email from Amazon to say that if we continue to do this, they would absolutely close our account, because as far as they were concerned, they could understand that we were protecting the stock, but as far as they were concerned, we were creating a false scarcity, and they won't tolerate it. So we felt that we couldn't protect our stock. Now, we've actually had stock taken, and we've had people, hold on. So to try and control our stock and protect our stock, we now use individual codes, and they are single use. But if you're going to do a launch of any size, how do you distribute those codes? Okay, use code control. So Why do you use unique codes? This is where I was going, that's why I stopped. You want to keep control. You want to stop people from signing up with multiple emails. Now, Anna said, right, we've got a launch coming up, and I knew that meant I was going to be sending out 200 Gmails, each with a copy and pasted little code. And I was checking IP addresses, I was checking if the names look the same, to stop people signing up with these multiple emails. Because if they do that, they're going to steal the stock. They're going to set up a competitive listing, or they're going to set up on your listing. And on one of our products, we still haven't got the buy box. We're still driving traffic to another seller's listing because they've had the buy box offers. They've got one piece of stock left. And when that's gone, we should get the buy box back. But it is so frustrating. They've stolen the stock, and we've actually complained, and Amazon have moved them twice because they're saying that what they're selling is new. We've had the brand protected, so how can they sell it unless they've bought it from us in one way, shape, or form? And we've actually had Amazon ask them that Amazon have closed the listing twice, but they've come back with a different name, and we've just let them get on with it. If we were in the States, we'd buy the stock and have done with it, because it really is frustrating. So we've developed a software that integrates with Aweber, and Aweber is a mailing list software. You may be aware of it, you may not. And this now allows us to distribute these unique codes on autopilot. And we can screen out multiple signups, and we're forever building new filters. But we actually have several filters, and probably the most powerful is IP address. And I've been asked this since is code control 100% secure? No, it's not. I'll be quite honest about that. It's as good as it can be, and we're forever looking for new digital signatures that we can integrate into the screening. But we can't guard against a zealot who's going to drive around countless McDonald's to change his IP address and pester his friends for the use of their zip code and a delivery address. We had a guy, we know of somebody who was doing that for an iPhone 6 screensaver. And if you think about it, he must have spent $25, $30 running around in petrol. And he ended up with 17 screen protectors, and he probably made $1 on each. Well, if that's what he's going to do, please get on with it. We have, I believe, enough filters in there to screen out those sorts of people. Okay. So we're using our own software that integrates with Aweber, so we can distribute these unique codes on autopilot. We do screen out multiple signups, but we also build a list of reviewers who we can build a relationship with. And I have to tell you, for people building an FBA business on Amazon.com in North America from the UK, that was such a massive thing for us to be able to do. That list of reviewers, in effect, became our family and friends that people on the other side of the pond are able to crank product out to whenever they launch. I don't want you to get the idea that what we've done is use Amazon as a lead generation tool, because that actually is against their terms of service. What we've done is develop our own list, in effect, of family and friends. And these are people that we actually use them as a focus group. We've sent out surveys to our reviewers to say, we've got these products now that you know and like, Bing Bash Bosh. What would be the next logical product that you would like us to introduce? As internet marketers, we got very excited if we were getting an open rate of between 6 and 10%. The way this list has developed of our reviewers, we're now getting an open rate in excess of 95%, which is staggering. It really is. It's such a responsive list. But we've built a relationship with these people, And we've actually used them as focus groups. So we get a new product in and we can send an email to this list and say, look, we've got this new product coming. Would you like to register? Would you like to test it? And these people are actually the focus group, and they're our eyes when we launch a new product. It really is a great relationship we've got with these people, and it's so valuable. If you don't have your own autoresponder, and I understand it's probably not the highest priority, you don't need one to use code control. I will run that launch for you on our own Aweber. If you haven't got an autoresponder, the only autoresponder that Anna and I recommend, or BCM Marketing Limited recommend, is Aweber. I'm not saying it's the absolute best. It's what we know and use. And because of that, that's the only one I can genuinely recommend. There are others that are probably just as good, if not better. But speaking personally, they're the only ones that I can recommend. I'll put a link, I'll copy that link into the screen, but if you want to grab that now, do. If you're thinking of getting an autoresponder, I certainly wouldn't recommend any other. Anyway, moving on. So, what do you get? First of all, you get a landing page that's congruent to your listing. And these are 3 different examples of ones we've done in the past. And these landing pages use the same images from your listing. They use the same logo if you have one from your listing. And it is congruent with your listing. And this is a single landing page with its own URL, and you send that to the group or the people that you want to sign up to become a reviewer. And they register by clicking this box. And they click that and they put their name, email, and everything else. And that then sends them a thank you page. Now, the thank you page is the start of managing this whole process, okay? And what we're doing here, we're managing expectation. And we're showing reviewers what happens next. So we're holding the hands through this process. And this is where the relationship has been built. And there's a guy called Ezra Firestone who's a very, very competent marketer who says if you show people the next stage in the process, they're a lot happier to take it. Now, if you look on the screen here, we say, please allow up to 24 hours for the code to be sent. It doesn't actually take that long, but I've built a delay in because if people sign up with multiple emails, they will only get one code, and I don't want them going to hammer and break down the system when they realise that they're only going to get one. So by building that in there, you're managing their expectation. And by the time they've realised that they're only going to get the one code, the rest of them will have been used anyway. We're telling them which email address that the code is going to come from, and that we're expecting an honest Amazon review. And you can have what you want put in here, and we'll go through the order form later. But this managing of expectation, it's showing reviewers what's going to happen next, or in anything where you're signing people up, if you go through the process with them, they will be more inclined to take that next step. So you get a landing page, you get a thank you page, and we build you a standard email. This is the email that we use. As you can see, it's from your preferred email address. It doesn't come from me or us. You tell me in the order form what the email you want me to send from, and I will put that into the system. We send them their unique code once they've signed up, and here they will be told what that code will give them. So if you're sending them a 51% code, if you're sending them a $1 buy code, or if you're sending them a free of charge code, you're telling them here what the code you're giving them will do for them. One thing I would say here, I only ever do reviews or ask for reviews. The people have got to have a Prime account. I have never found a way to integrate a free shipping and a free of charge or discount code on one product. Never found a way to do that. Right, now we will also include here your super URL. Now, if you haven't got a super URL, don't worry about it. Basically, a super URL, if you don't know, imitates a search to Amazon's algorithm. So by clicking the URL that we show you how to build, Amazon's computers think that you have put the product type into the search bar, you've clicked search, and you've then gone through however many pages of product to find your product. You've then clicked on it and bought it. And Amazon love that. And they will really help you. That will help you rank above anything else. If you haven't got a super URL or you don't want to build one, if you think it's cheating or whatever, we'll just put whatever link you want us to get them to the product. But they will click that URL with their code in their hand, and they will then buy as soon as they land on the product. So it will really help your conversions, which is essential. Now, again, here we're asking them what we want, or we're sharing with them again what we want them to do. In order to make this process viable, you must include the standard disclaimer. Now, we've learned recently, thanks to Brie Williams and her reviewers, that Amazon have actually told Bridget's reviewers that they want the disclaimer now to be built into the narrative of the review. They used to want it placed as a header or as a footnote, but our emails will now reflect this, and we would suggest that your initial request for reviews reflects that as well. And look, I can't stress enough how important communication with your reviewers is. It is without doubt, if you want quality Amazon reviews and quality blog reviews, people go, oh, you'll never get that off Thomason. Seriously, I promise you, we've built a list of over 300 reviewers who know, like, and trust our brand, and they look forward to our emails. As I say, we get a 95% open rate from this list. The majority of those people we've picked up from Thomason. And I know people go, oh, Thomason's really bad, Thomason's really evil. Me and Bridget were talking the other day, and we were saying that the best thing to use Thomason for at the moment is to see what product not to use or not to select in your product selection, because it's like ASM5's just launched, Thomason will be part of their process, and there will be endless people asking for reviews on a silicon baking sheet with a built-in garlic crush. It's just unbelievable. And Thomason are, above all, blog reviewers. They're not there to provide Amazon reviews. They are blog reviewers. And they have so many requests now for Amazon reviews that they're getting really grumpy, and the quality of the reviews has gone downhill really fast, and reviewers are charging back and saying, oh, you've not left me a review. Well, to be honest with you, I don't want a review from somebody for, let's say, a supplement when it's only been dispatched yesterday. I don't want them going on to Amazon saying, oh, I love this, whatever it is, supplement. It's improved my muscle tone, my skin feels really good, and my hair stopped falling out. You've only had one. How on earth is that? There's no way a supplement's going to have that impact. Good God. Harry Potter couldn't do that. You couldn't sell wands that would have that sort of impact. So you treat these guys with respect, you don't hassle them, and they will work their backside off for you. So again, this is the email that we send out. They have to include the disclaimer, and they now actually have to put that into the narrative. And failure to add this type of disclaimer, and this is what I put, because we're working, these reviewers, I'll share with you a little Kindle at the end that I used to understand the psyche of Amazon reviewers. And it's these people take enormous pride in what they do. But if they fail to add a disclaimer, and we've lost a lot of reviews recently, and it was burning our heads out, and we've worked out what was going on now. And I actually emailed the list and said, guys, you've not put disclaimers in. And they're brilliant. They all went back and they put the disclaimers in because they don't want their reviewer's status to be damaged. And you're pressing a real hot button. That sentence there really connects. They read that and they go, oh, my review status. And it's so important. And to them it is. And you've got to respect that. So I say again, look after these people because they really, really do take a pride in what they do, and give them that social etiquette, respect what it is that they do. So you get a landing page, you get a thank you page, you get this unique email crafted. It's a unique email, folks. There's no craft. Sorry. And then you get a CSV file with a list of all the reviewers, and you're going, what the blood and stomach pills is a CSV file? Well, for those of you that don't know, a CSV file is simply a file type used by Aweber. The list on this file will contain all the subscribers' details. It's a file that's common to all autoresponders, so you can upload it to yours. And yes, you are able to email them later. You have their permission, so you can start to develop that relationship as long as you use the original sender's details, the ones we've used to send it out. But people get a bit concerned about, it says in Aweber I've got to tick this box. They've already signed up to your email address, so they have given you permission. And people, and I'm probably harping on about this a bit too much, but people say the money's in the list. Kind of. The money's in the relationship that you develop with that list, and there's a very fine distinction. And if you treat these guys nicely, they will move heaven and earth for you. Okay, so to summarize, you get a landing page, you get a thank you page, you get the unique email, you get a CSV file with all those reviewers' details, but most importantly, you get your codes delivered without sitting there copying and pasting for endless hours. And I tell you, it doesn't sound a lot sending out 150 emails manually, but I tell you, when you're copying and pasting off a horrid little text file that Amazon have sent out, you go buzz-eyed eventually. It drives you mad. And just to have the automation, it is such a godsend. I used to dread a launch, not only because of the stock loss and the fear of losing our stock, just the sheer drudgery. The whole point of coming to the internet is being able to automate stuff and being able to do it manually. To sit here, it felt like I'd gone back to the age of the typewriter. It was a nightmare. And then I said, yeah, you'll be fine. Carry on. No problem. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll carry on. No problem. Thank you, dear. So how much does the service cost? It's, everybody's wondering. It's a bespoke service. So the basic package delivering 25 codes, including landing mail, thank you page, email, CSV file of qualified reviewers. Standard price for that is $238. And, where's my price gone? There we go. It was being shy. $238. And at the moment, that price does seem high. The reason being is that I'm actually doing so much of this manually. We're developing the software at the moment so that you will be able to sign in. It will integrate with whatever autoresponder you want. It'll integrate with lead pages, and you'll be able to do everything off the interface. But the whole point at the moment is we're nearly there, and so the price is $238, and that's for 25 codes delivered. And then if you want more codes, there's so much. We can have this discussion all day about what a launch does, how many you should give away. Friends of ours in the States, Sean and Kelly, they ordered the first container and they gave 400 units away. Number one, they were in the States and they were in a position to give 400 units away because they knew who they were. They have very deep pockets and they rank very quickly. So here you can see the pro ratas. If you want to do more, we can discuss that. And if you want to do multiple launches, I will do discounts for multiple launches. The challenge with a multiple launch is that for each different product, I have to establish a new list in Aweber. That's the only way we can integrate stuff. So yes, I'll do multiple launches from up to 10, 20 products. Please fill the order in now. But understand that the work is in setting up the initial thing. So I was talking to Anna and we had a bit of a, like I said, Anna is the girl with the knuckle dusters. I'm the velvet glove. And because of the help of the people who've given me and the what have you, I really want to give you a discount tonight. So I said, okay, we'll give them 20%. I said, no. She said, all right, 30%. I said, no. Right, 40%, we're not doing anything else. And I said, no. And look, we will do tonight as we did on Sunday night. And this is running until the end of this week at the moment. I may extend it. I'm offering you a massive 50% for people on this webinar tonight. And I've got a special sign-up page. I can put that in the box now, I think. You can go and have a quick look. Yeah, there you go. It's just gone into the box now. So if you click on that, that will take you to the sign-up page for that discount. I have to say, at the moment, we've been fairly wiped out with requests. I went on a couple of webinars a fortnight ago with Bree, and I'll be on there later if you're on, Bree, with Jake. And we've been absolutely flat out, and requests are taking up to 36 hours to fulfill. So book it, pay for it, and we'll honour it. If you're not ready to do a launch now and you want to do one in, say, the end of May, then book your launch now, and that price, the price that you pay now, will go through the order process with you. If there's anything that you don't understand, come and say hi on Facebook. I will work with anybody, give you whatever time that you need to go through the process. Okay? So put the link in the box now. Right, yes. Come and say hi on Facebook. Sorry, I've gone in front of myself. That's who I am on Facebook. And this is the Code Control Facebook page. So come and say hello. Like that page for me. Go on, please, please, please. Like the page. But come and say hi. We can have a chat or we can go on Skype. So, question time. I've got to have a drink now. Just hold on. Just let me mute out. Okay, so we're back. Right then, so question, and remember what I said, I'm on my own. Don't go filling, oh God, here we go. Right, I'm going to have to just go back and scroll through. What you can see on the screen there is the original sales page for BCM for the code control. So if you want to click on that, you're more than welcome to. In fact, I can probably put that in the box for you as well. And I'm just cheating here, grabbing a bit of time, actually reading the questions in the box while I'm typing. Let's just have a quick read. Of course I will. Thank you, Lisa. I'm really sorry, guys. This for those of you that haven't used GoToWebinar, just let me share with you. You may remember the old cars that used to have a ribbon speedo and they go up and down. I've got one of those whizzing round in the box. Lisa, if you want to get in touch, just email me. Just copy and paste that. I'll find the Facebook page. It's my name on Facebook is if you search for that on Facebook, you will find me as well. Let's just go through these questions. So what do you do on a monthly offer? On a monthly offer, the deals are still in. It will depend on the number of launches you want to do in a month, but monthly offers are something that I will talk about separately, and it will depend, as I say, on the number of launches you want to do in a month. And it'd be up to 5 launches and would bring the price down to under $100 per launch. If you're doing up to 10, then it would be probably, I've not actually discussed that, so it's a really good question. Up to 10 launches a month, it would be $90 a month, $90 per launch at the moment. As I say, when we've got the software freestanding, we will do monthly deals, and we're looking somewhere in the region of $50 a month for 5 launches a month. It would go to $90 for 10, and if you're doing over $10 launches a month, it would, I'm not sure, it'd be about $120 a month, but we haven't discussed that yet, but we're still in that process. The freestanding software is very close, but you have to understand it is oh God, look at all these questions. It's a really complex setup. Hi Christine, really good question. At the moment, I don't sell the software, and I do all the work for you, which is why it's that little bit expensive at the moment. But we will be setting up a freestanding. Oh, thank you for that. Somebody's just been and bought already. We will be setting up a freestanding edition. And if you wanted to do a single launch, it'd probably be about $50, but you would end up doing the work. But the interface will work for you properly. Hi, Brandon. You're 40 minutes late. Yeah, you are. That's cool. But I'm doing a recording tonight. I actually pressed record. So if that works, I'll be able to send you the recording. Don't worry. And if you've got any questions, just email me and I'll go through with stuff. I think I've answered that, Pam, haven't I, about a subscription service? Yes, we will be doing. And it'll be somewhere along the subscriptions at the moment. Once we've got it on autopilot, then the subscriptions will be, obviously the price will drop considerably because you'll be doing all the work yourself. But until then, it's going to be expensive because each launch takes me a long time to set up. But we're very close to having freestanding software ready to go. And it'd be comparable to the other services that are out there. And I don't like mentioning, and I was going to say, if you look at some of the other review services that do this bespoke service, there's one in particular, I Love Reviews, and they're charging something like $1,600 a blast. Zonblast is expensive. These services are incredibly expensive. It's a good question. Yeah, I covered security. Yes, Christine, they do end up on our Aweber list, but the people that you send to that landing page, they're yours. I download that list and I deactivate the list once the launch is over. I deactivate that list. I'm not the sender, so I can't actually then build that relationship because that list has been emailed from your unique email address. You're the only person with permission to email them. Lisa Grundy, yes, I will send out the recording as soon as it's sorted out. I'll send that out on email. ViralLaunch.com. I can't comment. ViralLaunch.com. I've never used them, Lisa. I'm sorry. There's so many out there. I'm very wary about making recommendations. I'm very wary about offering this service, frankly, because there are so many scare stories whizzing around the internet at the moment. I've never had a problem with. We've had a friend of ours in New Zealand actually used a shop for reviews for one of his launches, and he used a multiple use code, and he was going to stay up all night and watch it. And there's always this glitch with Amazon where you can't see on your screen how many orders have been done. And he went to bed with no orders, and he woke up 3 or 4 hours later and came to check, and he'd had 950 units taken. It wiped him out because the code went viral. We've not had stuff to that extent. We've had one person collect 10 units, and that was enough. That drove us mad. And if you've got a high priced unit, it's so depressing. But it's as it is, and this is the problem with giving product away for reviews. You have to take these hits on the chin. We're constantly updating the software to make it as secure as possible. But as hard as I'm working to make it secure, somebody out there is taking it upon themselves. It's almost like a personal challenge to break the system, and I'm sure they get off on it. I'm sure they do. Okay, is there any other questions? Because we've gone. Oh, that's brilliant of you. Thank you. Did I answer your question, Christine, about sending people they end up on our AWeber list? Yes, they do, but like I said to you, when I've sent you the CSV file, I in effect deactivate that list. I haven't got permission to email them, so I won't be pestering them. That's really good of you. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you for that. That is marvellous. Okay. Right then. Just to remind you that we only recommend AWeber. I can copy and paste that link in the box, but I don't think I need to. That's on the order form anyway. Did I copy and paste the... I think I did. Let me just do that again. Does that come out? Yes. That is the discount purchase page. Questions of stock. Do I have a discount code for us to type in? If you go, Lisa, if you go to that link that I've just posted in the box, that is the... Thank you. That's lovely of you. Thanks for buying that. Oh, now I've gone the other way. It's started to whiz round again. Thank you for that, Jay. Yeah, that's really good of you. Thank you. Wow. Yeah, if you want 10, then I'm sure we can get the price down. Look, don't worry about the number of... 10 launches, we'll keep the price at 119 no matter how many codes we send out. Yeah, no, that's fine. Absolutely. Yeah, lovely. Thank you. Lisa, that to answer your question, the discount code for 50% is no code, but that page that I've just put in, that will give you the discount on the buy button in that page. Everything will go through at the prices at 50% of what was on the screen. And when the offer's over, that page will go. Gosh, thanks. Yeah, that's 3 people with sales. Wow, thank you for that. This is very exciting. Okay, any other questions? Yes, Lisa, the page is dedicated. Yeah, Lisa, that's fine. And if you want to get your partner to come in and talk to me, no worries. We can have a chat on Skype to go through it. Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. Wow, thanks, Leanne. That's really good of you. Yeah, no worries with that. Yeah, if you buy this week, then we'll keep that open for you. You'll be automatically taken to the order form, which is basically a Google a Google form and just give us the details that you need. Basically, the information I will need off you is your listing. I can grab the images from your listing, any special details you want putting into your email, the email address that you want to send from, the name that you want the sender to be. All the questions that you need are on that order form. After the pay. She's your mum. Okay, at least that's lovely. If you and mum want to have a chat on Skype, just make friends on Facebook and we'll organise that, no problem at all. Okay, guys, we're coming up to the hour. If we've got any other questions, yeah, that's great. Thank you very much. I look forward to hearing from you. Mr. Van End, how the devil are you? Yeah, please, anytime you want. Love to the big guy. Nice to see you, Mark. Thanks for popping on. Really good of you. Yeah, no worries at all. Wow, thank you. Yeah, no worries. As I said earlier, if you, with 10 different products to launch, yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, there's a lot of, we've tested it both ways, and we work with, sorry, I've just been asked the question, I'm assuming everybody can see, and obviously you can't, the best way to run a launch. There's 2-3 different schools of thought on this, and it's the same with anything in marketing. It's like if you ask 100 lawyers for an opinion, you'll get 100 different opinions. Marketers do things their way, and one thing I would say is whatever I'm saying to you now is based purely on our experience, and it isn't true, because you will be able to go out and do the exact opposite and prove me wrong. So I'm not saying this is gospel. The question was, do I recommend doing a big launch in a short space of time, or should I drip the launch out over time? Our experience, especially using a super URL, is to try and get everybody to buy within a 2 to 3 hour period. And if you do that and have a massive spike in sales, you will rank really fast. The important part about that technique is that you then need to supplement that launch with organic traffic. You need to support it with PPC, Amazon and Google PPC. You can't rely on a single strategy, and you have to layer it. Some people suggest doing 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. This system isn't easily geared up for that, although we can do. But we have tested both ways. We've done very slow, and boy, we did really slow with our first product. I think I mentioned we did one a month. We were so scared, but you learn. We did viral overnight and got no reviews, which didn't help us at all when people nicked it. We've done spreading it out as well, and we've also done fast. And the last product we did, which is a super competitive niche, we launched on the Saturday, and within 5 days of launch, we did 200 units in a 3-hour window. We used a super URL, and within 5 days, we were number 3 on page 1. We supported that with Amazon PPC and with Google PPC. We've also got underpinning content on a website, which we, as internet marketers, we understand SEO, and we're able to get that out. We've got a VA who puts massive amounts of content out on those websites as well. And that has stuck, and that product is still bouncing between 2 and 3 6 weeks later. But you've got to pull the right levers. And as I say, that is our opinion. You talk to professional review. Now, what I do think, the reviewers that we have on our list are ex-Thomason, and they do have quality blogs. So we will do deals with individuals on that blog, and we will ask them for quotes to do as a quality blog post. And we've tested those blogs, and we know the sort of traffic that they're getting. if you found somebody with a quality blog with decent traffic, I would pay $120 plus for a quality review on that blog. They won't put that on Amazon, and we're very selective as to the people that we use for our Amazon reviews as well. But if you support that initial launch with a quality blog review, you will have a much more sustainable ranking. And that's what you're looking for. All that said, there are people who build a business and they never give a single product away. They rely solely, they don't pay for marketing, they don't pay for advertising. They rely solely on the job that Amazon does on their behalf. Anyway, guys, I can't see any other questions rolling in. I've used up nearly an hour of your life. So there's nothing else coming in. Okay, that's really cool. Brilliant, thank you. Jake, that's really good of you. And thanks, yeah, we'll talk tomorrow. But thank you for that. Yeah, 10's no problem. That's great. Okay. Right, guys, I'm going to pull the plug. Thanks ever so much for your time. I look forward to seeing you and look forward to hearing from you. See you all on Facebook. I've got to go and drop on with Jake now. Okay, you take care. Thanks ever so much for your time. Bye.